What's up, world? I forgot to add this in the trailer, but I'm a huge card game fan, anime fan, and all that good stuff. And so I'm doing a deck profile of Buddy Fight Dragon World. And so the buddy of this deck is Jackknife Dragon. Because he's green, and green's my favorite color. Also, he's got a freaking he's got a freaking knife on his head. Like, how many can say that you have a best friend that has a knife on his head and is also a dragon? No one. Unless you buddies with Jack. But I'm gonna be getting that Crimson Archtrial deck, so I don't know why I'm saying this. So, starting off with the size 1s, we have a tall shield dragon, but there's only one in the deck because the only reason he's in here is because I think he looks silly. He looks hilarious. I'm having so much trouble picking up a card. I'm special. Next is the Raper of 1,000 Buttholes, 1,000 Rapier Dragon. There's only one because the only reason he's in here is because he has 5,000 power, 2 critical, but only 1,000 in defense. So if I have 3 of these in my hand, it's just like, yay, all-out attack. But if I play them in the middle, and I'm going to get wrecked. Next is Bear Trap Fang Dragon. There's 2 of him because he's got 4/2/2, and that's pretty good. Next up, we have the Katana Dragon. Slash Knife Dragon. He's basically something Drum could have been if he went to train in Katana World. So he has a critical of 3. He has a critical of 1 and 3 power and 2 defense. And his ability is the Shadow Maneuver. You can pay 1 gauge, and if you do, for this turn, this card can attack your opponent, even if there is a monster in your opponent's center. So that's the thing that I need in this deck, because my deck is full of powerhouses. So he's really, when they have stuff like Seeger, I can just chip away and chip away. It's really, really good. Next up, we have Systemic Dagger Dragon, because 3/2/3, that's pretty good. So, yeah, also, I just use them to fill in the spot. So, next we have Gravehorn Dragon, the main size one you use for the Gal formation. So, why I have 4 of him is because he's like 1,000 Rapier Dragon, except he has 1 more defense, so 4/2/2. Lastly, Bronze Shield Dragon, with a measly attack of 1,000, a measly critical of 1, but what's this? 6,000 defense? That's like all the power in the world. So, yeah. That's the main reason he's in this deck. Because I like to play aggro. But when I need to, I'll put up the little shieldy guy. Yeah. Okay, please. So next is Jackknife Dragon, the buddy. And so I played 3 of him and his ability. And so to bring him out on the field, you have to pay 1 gauge. And if you pay 2 gauge, I can search for his evolution, which would be either this guy, Jackknife Thunderstorm, with 6/3/6. By paying 2 life points, I can destroy a monster on the left or the right. Or Dispersal, which has Penetrate and a critical of 3. Yay! Yay, my own personal cheer squad. Moving on to the other size 2s. God, why am I having so much trouble picking up a card? card. No. Next is Jem'Hadar Dragon. The only reason it's here is because I can't get a Jackknife Aggressor. So when I finally get a Jackknife Aggressor, Jem'Hadar is going to be outie. Because he's got that 8, but he doesn't have that sweet, holy Jesus critical of 4. Once I get that aggressor in my deck, I'm going to be drowning in pussycats. Yeah. See, they're already coming. And Extreme Sword Dragon, because he's extreme. Oh, like if you think Extreme Sword Dragon is extreme. Hammer Maze Dragon, I only run 1 because he has a critical of 3, a defense of 6, and a power of 3. So he's really good to play on the first turn, so you can attack and get that 3 while putting him in the center for a good defense. And my last size 2, the last monster of the deck, Rising Flare Dragon. So the only reason he's here is so when I summon him, when I want to use the Gal formation, when he's called, I have to pay 2 damage to call him, but when he's called, I can destroy 1 monster, so I can get rid of that monster in the center, and then slam those suckers with an all-out attack, and then play one of these bad boys, Gargantuan Punisher. And I'm pretty sure you all know what Gargantuan Punisher is. I run 4 of those, along with Wood Dragonic Punisher, which is lame as Green Dragon Shield, you guys know. Counter, negate attack, gain 1 life point. Yeah. Drago Energy, power up your attack and defense, counter attack. Dragon Flame, destroy 1 monster. Dragonic Charge for that gauge for Dragonic Punisher. Oh yeah, my 4 copies of this card, my only item, Drago Blade, because I love swords. If I don't fight with my fist, I'm fighting with a sword. We're almost done here, folks. You won't have to look at this anymore. I run 2 Jackknife Bravehearts in case I can't draw Thunderstorm, if I can't get what I need from Jack. Like, if I need to deal 3 critical, and I don't have Dispersal, and he's got that huge monster in the middle, and I only have size 2 Dispersal. I need to get rid of some cards, Thunderstorm. And so, something that will help me out always, Dragonic Grimoire. If you have 5 or less life, you can discard your hand for 3. And if you guys remember from the first episode of the anime, if you watch it, Tsuka used all of his spell cards for a freebie, so yeah. So that's my deck profile for Dragon World. I hope my little Johnnies will grow from this experience. And like and comment if you're excited for those new Buddy Fight 100 trial decks coming out April 24th. Catch you on the flip side.